Siri sister. You know how she is.
Recording is on.
Go ahead.
All right. So, working in the medical field, they can ask if you have any disabilities or if you have any mental illnesses, but you would have to be the one to provide that information. So she got away with that. Okay. The 13 prior accidents, I think LA is a place where they say people get in accidents every day. She paid for the ticket, money talks. End of story. She paid off her ticket. She's a nurse, right? And the hospitals need her more. So she's a nurse. She's been in an accident. I'm positive at this point because I've seen it with the registered nurses I worked for. They get in an accident. She's a registered nurse. She has a lot on her plate. Let her go. She paid off the ticket. It's fine. She paid off the insurance that the people wanted. It's fine. Nobody's dead. End of story, right? The only thing that happens to people when they get in an accident is what? Their insurance raised. She's working as an ICU nurse. She's getting paid. She's good. Would we agree? We've seen rich families do it all the time. People die and they just pay them off. The reason she's even standing in court today is because it's too big of an accident to push under the rug. Okay? The people that she killed probably have links and connections somewhere. It was a baby involved that passed on this time. Money talks. Just goes to show you, because how many families have you known killed someone and got off?
Way too many.
So how come she didn't get off? This is a Black nurse we're talking about, and the insurance money that they're asking for is too big. You think that she would get off if a baby wasn't involved and the family didn't have some kind of connection? If this was a doctor, would you think it would still be the same case?
No, hell no.
What could happen? The doctor was what? Working a late night shift, saving a life. Pay he'll pay, but he'll still be in practice. Do you know that before you were a doctor, you actually have to get life insurance in case someone dies, and it's your fault?
I actually heard about that. Yeah,
it's a real thing. Because I know when I had to when I was in the process of getting my registered nurse's license, I had to get that type of insurance in case I fuck up. And they have to make me the full guy in case I don't have enough money or I'm not of a standard to be like the star of the nurses. If that makes any fucking sense at all. The medical establishment knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Inside scoop, yo.
You're the fall guy if you don't have enough money to cover your own ass and you kill too many people. That's all. She just doesn't have the insurance to cover the people that's passed on. Okay? But if you really was to look in the background of all the doctors and nurses that kill people on a daily basis, you would see how much mental illnesses that they have, and they're still in practice, because guess what? We have COVID, we have monkeypox, we have so many things we can't afford to lose any doctors or nurses right now. But she's a fall guy. Trust and believe. It's people with worse problems right now in the hospitals working.
Shit, it's some new shit.
Just got caught. That's all.
Shit,
that's a really fucking good point, actually.
When I realized how the medical establishment works and how many fall guys there is to take the blame, I said I bow out. Because when the doctors wanted me to overwork and overshift and all this shit, and I get behind a fucking car, who's going to have my fucking back, huh? When somebody dies at my hand because I was listening to doctor's orders, but guess what? I'm still a registered nurse, so I should definitely know better. I should have questioned everything the doctor says just to get blackballed and not be able to get another job at a hospital. Then fucking what?
It's a trap.
So her driving at 90 miles per hour, you can see in the clear video. Fada, you saw the video.
Yeah.
She was driving as if she wasn't even on She wasn't driving. She was I it looked like she just fell behind the steering wheel and it was just going way too fast.
Like she literally, like it was so crazy because in the video, like you don't even see her car until like the end of the video, and then by that point, it's already a fucking explosion. Like
Correct.
as soon as she's into view in the camera, there's an explosion. That's how fast she was going.
She was going 90 miles per hour. What does that tell you? That tells you that she should have not been behind the wheel. She's tired. She was in scrubs when she was sitting on the corner, looking disturbed, looking tired. What does that tell you? That tells you that she was overworked and she still pushed herself to get behind a wheel. But I'm sure more to the fucking story that nobody wants to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to the story.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
God,
It's the conditions. I always say it's the environment. You always hear me talk about this. The environment that people are subject to is what is going to influence their behavior. So if you have someone like you said, Crystal, who's overworked and working in a medical field where saving lives is the rule of the is like that's the rule. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And that in itself is a lot of motherfucking pressure. First of all. Being responsible for somebody's life, you cannot afford to make any mistakes when it comes to that. But it just seems like whenever we have these type of conversations, you have so many people that like to downgrade what the role actually is, especially when it comes to nurses. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the same way with teachers. Like they undermine the fuck out of teachers. They underpay the fuck out of teachers. And then they wonder why kids are the way they are. And it's like, because y'all don't have any type of appreciation for the people that actually matter in your society. And, we're not saying this to, like justify what she did, but we're saying this in order for people to understand that the way that you structure your society, the way that you fucking implement the environments that people are supposed to work in is going to influence their behavior. We can even see this with some of the recent shootings that have happened. You feeling what I'm saying? Where people just fucking lose all their shit and they take it out on others because they don't have any type of control over their destiny, over their reality. They've been so underpowered, they gotta take someone's life in order to feel like they have some sort of control. You know what I mean? Like, bro, it's so sad. This is really fucking sad.
I'm telling you, she was not behind the wheel. Her mind was somewhere fucking else.
Yep, that's true. That's a fact.
Because even with me, I was just the assistant to a registered nurse, and I was stressed the fuck out. Everything was being blamed on me. I was the fall person. They thought I was stupid. One thing I did, and this is why we call it CYA, cover your own ass, okay? If I look at a medical assistant, I'm like, you better CYA. What I'm saying is, if you know that you told a registered nurse, hey, this person called, they feel fainty, they're on 2.5 Coumadin, you told them to take it every day, but you as a medical assistant, even though they think you're dumb, you know that they're supposed to take it every other day, and you tell the nurse, hey, I think Dr. So-and-so told them to take it every other day. No, it's every day they're supposed to take it. Their blood thins out, and your name, they can see when you check into that chart file, every time you open it up, guess what that nurse is going to do? While I told her every other day, I don't know what happened. Now that patient is in the hospital fighting for their fucking life because they took too much Coumadin. What you do, you say Jeanette RN stated to her for such and such to take the pill every day. I informed her that Dr. Sue said every other day. In the notes, it says every day. I don't know what happened, but Dr. Chu verbally gave me orders for such and such. Now, can Jeanette RN push you under the bus if anything happens to that patient? No, they can't touch you because it's written, and those documents can never be touched by anyone. No matter how much they may favor that registered nurse, you done covered your ass the way that you're supposed to. That can be stressful enough because if the family, if anything happens to that patient and they come and tell you, oh, you have a medical assistant writing that information, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because when you carry me to court, guess what? I covered my ass. Nobody's going to do it for you. And some of these nurses, they don't know when they get into the field, even with a registered nurse, you have to be well in documentation or you're fucked. So her mind was somewhere else, and I feel like it has something to do with that. They do eat their young. So if she's only been 10 years in the medical field, honey, you're still young. You have to be 20 or 30 years in the medical field to know how the game is played. But that's all I got to say on that. And may the souls rest in peace, the ones that lost their life due to the way that America runs their corporation.
Bruh, you know how they have like the fucking MVP shit? Bruh, Crystal the MVP tonight. God damn.
Bro, I was just thinking that. I was like, yo, you know how in the game they give the game ball? It's just like, no. Yo, you definitely deserve the MVP of this damn park, this episode. Yo, you is on fire and batting it. Yo, any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
Yeah, RIP to all the victims, and bruh, I'm gonna keep saying it. America doesn't care about mental health.
America, please get it together.
Condolences.
Please get it together. Fuck, another great episode. So now we're about to go to our final thoughts, and I'm gonna start with Dion.
Come back to us. Come back
Leon,
to
if you're
us.
talking, you're still muted.
I think he fell asleep.
Yeah, you probably fell asleep.
Nah, I'm here.
He's alive.
Nah, my earbuds cut off for me real quick. I muted my mic to fix it, and I forgot to take my shit off mute. But final thought, I was starting to say, on the subject of mental health, I mentioned earlier the stabbings and shit that I've been reading about. The one in New Orleans, the one in Hawaii, and another one, in Clinton, Maryland, literally maybe 20, 30 minutes from where I work. Just what the hell is going on? But in particular, the main one I was hoping to talk about was the incident in New Orleans, where this woman on the verge of losing a custody battle over her two kids with her baby father. As I'm, collecting details about this, I'm just like, wow. Just as more and more things about this woman are being revealed, how do I put this? First of all, the fact that one child lost their life. The second, to my knowledge, is still in the hospital. Just painful to hear about. And shit, I lost my train of thought. I don't know, man. Just get your issues sorted before before you do something you're gonna regret, man. There's a lot of people in like all the scenarios you were just talking about, man, that did not have to die.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame
That's
you
all I
for.
do.
I don't blame you for losing your train of thought on this type of thing because to even wrap your head around that type of shit is, you know what I'm saying?
Bonkers.
Shouldn't be.
It's not something that we should be talked about. It's not something we should be talking about even. You know what I mean?
Shouldn't have
It's
happened.
the as a parent, it's the idea of harming a child in general, but let alone your own children in that manner. To me, that's just it's sickening. It's sickening.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, D Wolf is on you.
Alrighty. I'll just read a tweet that hit close to home. Um, although this is quoted as saying conspiracy theorist, I don't like that term because it's been weaponized. So I usually use conspiracy realist or analyst. But here's a tweet. It says being a conspiracy theorist is spending endless hours for years and years gathering as much information as possible from as many resources as possible and critically thinking about what that information means, then having people who do nothing but watch TV all day tell you you're crazy. So yeah, that's my final thought.
Well, shit, I'm a conspiracy realist then. Yes, sir. We out here, nigga.
We out
See,
here.
it's
Crystal.
moments when I'm just like, it's moments when like you really got to listen to what these so-called conspiracy theorists are actually talking about because it's truth behind some of this shit. It's a lot of truth behind some of this shit.
Like the frogs turning gay.
That's my favorite.
That was supposed to be one of our topics too. Yeah, Alex Jones.
Word. But he been
Yeah.
confirmed that. It's the same guy. They just finally brought it out to the mainstream. But he's that same doctor who said it. He played the video years ago, and people still meme the dude for saying that because his delivery is weird. So even if he's telling the truth, he sounds insane. So yeah, I was like, oh, now y'all get it. You didn't look it up just to see. You just laughed at the dude. Chill. So yeah.
Yeah, depending on what they're
And
talking about, respect it, especially when it's some government bullshit.
yeah, and him admitting the Sandy Hook was 100% real. That was the news too. Like Alex Jones admitting the Sandy Hook was 100%. But that could be another time. Is that it, D Wolf?
Yep.
Crystal was on you.
Alrighty. So what I have to say, the LGBT community may not like it, but fuck it. Because I'm a little confused when it comes to certain topics, when it comes to certain things that they fight for. When it comes to people that claim to be lesbian, right? And this is my personal opinion. I'm not saying that lesbians don't exist, to each his own, but it's kind of hard to believe that a lesbian is a lesbian when she still needs to use the essence of a man, such as a dildo. Okay? If you're using a dildo of any kind, shape, or form, you're not truly a lesbian, in my opinion, because you're still using the form of what a man produces, which is a dick in a plastic form, a strap on. It is what it is. You love the woman the way that you say that you love the woman. There's no need for you to use tools. It is what it is. And then when it comes to,
Can I just say a man cannot say that out loud?
I know that's why I'm here. So here we are.
Ooh,
And
they
then
gonna
I have.
drag you.
I
I
don't give
have.
a fuck. I don't care.
I've only seen one man ever get away with saying anything similar to that out loud, and that was Eddie Griffin.
No, I'm serious. You know. And then when it comes to people who like to fight me tooth and fucking nail to make sure that I know that they're either a man or a woman, even though my perception of them based on how they dress is not what they want me to believe, then on a daily basis, they change the sex based off how they're feeling. Um, how do you expect me, right, to understand you're a woman when today you feel like a man, and then tomorrow you feel like a woman? Your ass is fucking confused your damn self. So stop telling me to call you a particular name versus pronouns when you're going to change it on a weekly fucking basis. Okay? You cannot get angry at me and curse me out when I'm looking at you with a wig and all this other stuff and you really look like a woman, and then you're like, I'm a man. I'm a man today. No, we're not doing that shit. I will fight you. We are not doing this. So when you're confused your damn self, stop telling people to call you certain names when we're not even friends. I'm just on the internet and you want to go out of your fucking way to assume a lot of shit of me when you change your sex every fucking day. It's not fair. And to the men who love to change their sex completely, how does it feel not to get a period? Because all you guys do is change the part.
Like Dave Chappelle right now.
Man.
All you guys do is change the part. That's the fun part. The fun part is just changing to enjoy the sex part. But what about the periods? What about giving birth? What about any of that shit? It's fun until you have to give birth. It's fun until you have to have your period. It's fun until you have all the hormones to go with it. So, you know, it's the thoughts and the emotions that go with the gender. We all know that, on a divine level, we may be born a woman, but sometimes we have the emotions and feel like a man. But at the same time, until you know who the fuck you are, don't come to me because I'm going to call you a counterfeit. I'm going to call you a lot of shit when you augment yourself like breasts and all this stuff and then want to consider yourself certain things, but then want to bitch and complain and cancel people because we look at you and perceive the world a different way. And when we say we, I mean people who perceive themselves as straight. If we mistakenly call you a man, it's no need for you to lose your tits that you had put on the other day. Okay? Calm down. Stop it. It needs to stop. Because all right to have the good parts of a woman, but now we have things such as birthing parent and shit. Until your ass gets a period and stuff, don't tell me how to act as a woman. Do you, boo, but don't come for me when I didn't send for you. That's all I have to say.
Damn.
Can I ask something?
Boom, shots fired.
Can I ask a quick question? Okay, so I think in like group chat or whatever this got brought up. I don't know if we spoke about it here. Did we ever have we gone over the subject of the one doctor that was proposing a surgery that would allow a trans woman to actually, go through that whole process of giving birth and shit?
That shit is impossible to do. But I know it was talked about in chat, but we never talked about it here. But you know how impossible that shit, the body's gonna reject
that see-through shit.
Yeah.
Is it the see-through, Dion, or
is it the see-through shit or putting the
I
uterus?
can't remember. I can't remember exact details on the thing, but there's a multitude of reasons why that shit will not fucking work.
Mad scientists out here.
Oh yeah, I remember because I said, imagine seeing that the baby's not yours by the time he's like 3 months.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I said that thing just don't look like me. It's just.
And just so I clear it up, not all people that's part of this community acts like this, acts ignorant, want to attack people, want to cancel people, and want to invade people's right to be who the fuck they want to be if they don't agree with their sex. If you're okay with being gay, that's fine. But why do you have to cancel a whole show because it doesn't have anything of LGBT in it? because it's things that LGBT has that's not straight. We can, as well, but nobody wants to talk about that part. I'm talking about the people that go out of their fucking way to downgrade people who on a biological level agree with who they were born with. It needs to stop. That's a form of bullying. Nobody wants to fucking address it. Well, I'll address it.
MVP.
Ooh. Ooh.
But
She
that's
got
all.
the apron. She got the chef's hat. She's just been cooking. Tonight.
Crystal, these steaks are delicious.
Yeah.
5 stars.
Yo.
Is that it, Crystal?
That's it.
Full moon, Crystal. Full moon.
Father is on you.
All right. So first things first, I just want to give a special happy birthday to your baby boy, Crystal. Leo Nation, we out here.
Woo! Yeah, I was a mom today. I was crying like a big baby, talking about he growing. He's 15. So yeah.
Yeah.
That means she's gonna beat up little girls. Anybody that's gonna mess with us.
Also, and also, Crystal, bro, if we had a sex podcast, or if we had like a sex talk, like online or whatever, we'd break the internet. I'm just saying.
I know.
Yeah.
Fucking break the internet.
But tips I'll be giving girls, like, you need to do this, you need to do that.
Like with your female perspective and my male perspective, nigga, bruh. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But so for my final thoughts, bruh, I fucking turned 28 on Sunday. Oh my God. I'm getting old. Holy shit.
Turned past tense?
No, I'm turning 28 on Sunday. So, bruh, time is going so fucking fast. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I haven't really grown up, even though I feel grown, but I feel like I'm still not where I kind of want to be. And it's not in like a bad way. It's just, life happens. Shit happens. This is my experience, so I'm going to live it. But golly, man. Bro, I'm approaching uncle age. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, next month I'll be 35, nigga.
Hey, man. All I'm saying is when I turn 30, I'm a evolve like a motherfucking Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, 28. Yeah, I can't wait to see what this new chapter brings to me, and we just gonna keep going. I know what I want out of life. I'm just gonna see what happens, and that's my final thought.
Father, can I say something? I want to say happy birthday before Sunday approaches, because I'm tired of missing people's birthdays. So I'm gonna say happy birthday now, and then I'll say birthday on Sunday. I'm just covering my ass, But but I want to do the number 30. And years from now, you're going to realize why I'm saying this number. Men in their 40s are always well established. A lot of women are attracted to men in their 40s, even more so than in your 30s, even more so even now, right? But I just want you to remember that the beauty about being a male, age doesn't matter. The older you are, the more attractive you are, and the more that the women are mature enough to handle you. You're mature now, right? But I'm just saying, it just goes hand in hand. But remember this number, Farah, 33. Look up the number and you'll realize why I'm saying.
Oh my God. No.
Yep.
Bruh.
Yep.
You are like the second person to say that shit to me. Holy moly.
She ain't wrong, yo.
God is speaking. God is speaking. I'm listening. I hear you. There's no I believe that there's no coincidences. So
I was brought up on that by my mom. She used to preach that shit.
And I even saw like a video on my recommendations. It's like why 33 is the magic number. Like, whoa, bruh.
Shoot, I'll do you one better. 3 three important numbers for me in terms of age. 25. Meet me in Constance. And this is after me being homeless and some more shit the year before. 28. My son being born. 33. My daughter being born. So there's definitely some significance there.
Ashe, I hear you. I'm listening, God. I'm listening.
That's your final thoughts?
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Okay. I want to say his birthday was on Wednesday. Obviously, like I already left him a happy birthday, but I do want to say happy birthday to my father. My father to me is my goat. I I always spoke to us. Anytime you ask me, I speak about him very highly for the people that do know me. Like he has given me such advice and such wisdom, especially like after I got the name and stuff. He done taught me a lot of things. So I want to tell him happy birthday. Also, shoot. Another fucking great podcast. I think everybody done brung today, especially Crystal.
Thanks, Crystal.
MVP.
I just like even though these I actually like had these topics like Monday and shit. It's just like I knew we was gonna have something good. I didn't think it was gonna be this spectacular. So I'm just gonna say, yo, kudos to everybody on here that y'all brung it today. This shit was funny, it was informational, and I hope people learned. And when I put this out, I hope people laugh from this, especially people that know where the fuck their G spot is and shit. Also, this is gonna sound stupid. Shout out to the dudes that have that bust quick and then laugh about it at the end, like I did.
Oh my God, Fred.
You have to laugh about it.
Nah, because when he told me,
I know some people,
bruh.
I'm not gonna tell the story right now, but
we already know what you're talking about. This is because you told the story on the podcast before. We all know what you're talking about. At least me and Father do.
Have I told that one? Because this is like, I think
you did tell the story.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. No. When he was talking about like the whole thing about people busting quick, how good the pussy is. That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh shit. But shout out to people who know what the fuck they're doing, and shout out to people who got ambition and know where the fuck they're going in their life. So shout out to them. Also, one more thing, my father was another reason. Everybody knows I write poetry from time to time. My father was like the inspiration of me writing poetry because he also write poetry. So shout outs to that too. I would like to thank everybody for jumping on the panel once again. I'd like to thank all of y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What, Let Me Just Say podcast, and we're signing out. Peace.
Peace.
Cheers.